Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, October 23rd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you were someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I'll do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol ENSC. Huge mover today, and now we have some very well-defined levels that I think a lot of people will be watching going into Thursday, which always helps because when lots of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So the first level here that I think a lot of people will be watching is right there at that trend line, which you can see during the final 30 minutes here. Did actually try to break above it, couldn't quite do it, just like it did right here. Got the false break of it, but when you look at that line, you can see right there, 3 separate occasions, rejected right from that level. So like I said, I think a lot of people have drawn a trend line very, very similar to that. So while that still does not guarantee anything, does make it plausible that if the price comes up here and can push up through it and stay with strong volume, which is the problem right now, not very strong volume. But if a strong volume can return, then yeah, it's plausible to think that that could create just that much more upside buying pressure. And then in terms of areas of support right now, let me change that to green for support. Key level to watch on that front, down here right around the 46-cent mark, so keep an eye on that. And then just from an overarching pattern standpoint, we have our area of resistance, we have our support, we have the big explosion right there. If you golfers try to make it more visual, put the golf hole down here, this would be a bull pennant pattern. So if you like penny stocks, you like bull pennants, keep an eye on it. Next one, BIVI, and we have ourselves a nice little ascending triangle here. So let's just hop right in and get this pattern defined. So the top part of this pattern, the resistance right here at $3.65. I'm sure if you were watching this level all day, you were pretty annoyed by it because whenever the price got up to that level, you can see just one rejection after another. Now, the good news is that while, yes, the price was getting rejected at $3.65, over that same period of time, you can see the price was still slowly and quietly creeping its way higher and higher, and that's what's giving me the ability to draw that trend line right there. But in this situation, I'm not going to use a trend line. I'm just going to use that purple line there, the 50-period simple moving average. So we'll use a moving average as a trend line itself. So again, we have our resistance. We have the uptrending quote-unquote trend line right there. And here we have our ascending triangle pattern. Again, there are no guarantees, but it's certainly more than valid and plausible to think that if the price can't come up here and push up through there, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure. So if you like ascending triangles, you like this price range, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one here, GNPX, and big mover today. In fact, kind of a case of deja vu because what I talked about in yesterday's video with it in regards to this pattern right here, which maybe you can identify already, it was a bull pennant. We have yet another bull pennant that formed today, which is a good thing. Whenever assuming you're bullish, that is, but whenever one bull pennant forms and then another forms and another form, that's just telling you that the price continues putting those higher highs and higher lows. So I'll go ahead and we'll start afresh and just get rid of those lines as they've serve their purpose for now. So the newest bull pennant, based on this key area of resistance, which again, nothing complicated here. I can assure you a lot of people have drawn and connected those 2 points. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, but those are the best situations. When you know a lot of people have done that, then once again, it brings about those potential talking points of self-fulfilling prophecy. So we have our area of resistance there. We have our trend line right there. And then let's just, again, keep it the same color. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the big upwards move right there. Golf hole down here. We have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. But yeah, I would say the big difference here is check out the last portion of the day. Volume has really returned. Good solid green candles. So will all this lead to a breakout of this bull pennant? We'll see what happens. Next one, NDRA, and we have ourselves, once again, another bull pennant pattern. So I'm going to go through this quicker. I want to respect your time. You've already heard me talk about all this stuff, so I'll try to go through it as quick as possible. So there is the resistance. Here we are at the support, and then just because I can't help myself, let's keep it all in color. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the big move up right there. We have the golf hole down here. So another bull pennant. The biggest difference here, I would say this is a penny stock. So if you only trade penny stocks or whatever, well then here you go. Penny stock and a bull pennant pattern. Next one, NVDA, good mover today, and some updates need to be done. First thing I'm going to do is just get rid of that line as it served its purpose for now. And then the first update is just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, they tend to act as support. So moving forward, the ideal level of support, when you say, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? That would be if the price right there of 142.70 could hold strong. Now, if it doesn't, not the end of the world or anything like that, because from a bigger picture standpoint, all about that purple line there, which you know is the 50-period moving average. Keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. And from the overarching standpoint, as long as the price does stay above that purple line, as the line itself moves higher and higher, then the bulls are in full health. In terms of areas of resistance, key level here to watch is just this resistance trend line. Once again, I think a lot of people have probably drawn that in there, which again brings about that talking point of those potential self-fulfilling prophecies. But anyway, look at it. Good solid day here for NVIDIA. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering in a couple of days. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down below and in the description box to get signed up. Or if you're watching right at the website itself, there's an area on the page there that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one, TSLA, Tesla, and the sideways channel continues. Just chopping back and forth, chopping back and forth. Although I do want to make one more comment. The past couple videos have been very quick because it's really just been sideways. But past few days, we have this going on. What is this? Well, check out these highs. They do keep getting lower and lower. Now, does that mean for sure guaranteed, oh, that means the bottom part of this channel is going to fail? I'm not saying that per se, but I am saying if I were forced into a corner and say, hey, who are you giving the advantage right now? I would say the bears have the advantage. Now, that could change very quickly if the bulls all of a sudden put in a higher high and they're up around here. Then that all goes away. But as of right now, I would give the advantage to the bears for that reason. And another way you could visually see that is that purple line there, the 50-period moving average. Now you can see it does have a bit of a slightly downward slope to it. Once more, that does not mean that the price is for sure going to collapse down through there. But like I said, it's looking like the bears within the sideways channel itself are picking up strength. Next one here, PHUN. And I mean, I want to give variety, but at the end of the day, my goal is to give you stocks with high volume, good volatility, and sometimes that just means you're going to have a lot of the same types of patterns. But some days there's all sorts of bull pennants, some days there's very few, if any. But yes, that was my long way of saying we once again have a bull pennant pattern. So there is the resistance. There's the support. Let me bring this down to make it a little bit more even just because I can't help myself. And then, again, I can't help myself. I just want to make sure everybody sees it. Resistance, support, explosion right there. Golf hole down here. We have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. Next one, DJT, which is actually at a very, very interesting level. Nothing complicated, but interesting nonetheless. And that is these previous highs and actually is slightly above it. And I say that because there's a track record right now. What is this track record? Well, look right here. The price broke above that red line to only fail. Then it got rejected, broke above it to then fall back below it, and then got rejected by it again right there. As I speak right now, the price is once again up above it. Does that mean for sure guaranteed it's going to fail back to the downside? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that is why I'm being a little skeptical of it. And the big question mark moving forward is this being right now, the price is above it, but is this finally the true breakout where this thing is going to pick back up more momentum to the upside? So like I said, very interesting dynamic here, and one where, and maybe you're saying, no, Clay, you're being too harsh. It's broken above it, therefore it's a breakout. And I see where you're coming from, but hopefully you see where I'm coming from is, while it's true, it's also true that there's been a bunch of faulty breakouts right around this area too, which again makes sense because that is the previous high. So yes, is this breakout finally the true breakout? Is there going to be more momentum that comes? We'll see what happens. Grab your popcorn. Next one here, TLRY, and we have some very well-defined levels. Maybe this area here drove you nuts all day. I don't blame you. We're right there at $1.73. 4 tries in a row, all 4 rejected. So that's going to be the main battleground right there to keep a close eye on. In terms of areas of support, as long as the price stays above these moving averages, then everything is fine. And especially that purple line there, again, 50-period moving average. I realize it's kind of irrelevant right now given the price is way up here. This line's way down there. But as time goes by, as the week continues to play out, that line is going to move higher and higher and higher. So from the overarching standpoint, as long as the price does stay above that purple line, the bulls 100% own the chart. But as of right now, I think the most interesting dynamic, because the price is still well within striking distance, but that's the big question mark moving into not necessarily Wednesday, but the next couple of days. Can the price break through that level? Very stubborn, very clearly a lot of sellers up around that area, but we'll see if the bulls can build up enough strength and enough momentum to actually push up through that $1.73 mark. Next one here, TQQQ, and some good dynamic action here as I speak. The price is above this line, but sort of like DJT, where yes, the price is above that red line right there, but there is also a track record here of breaking and then failing back below it. So that's why I would be skeptical. Again, has it broken out? It has. Do I have a whole lot of confidence in the breakout where it stands right now? I do not, because of that previous, failed breakout right there. But got to give credit where credit's due. It is above that level. So like DJT, is this breakout the start of something bigger? Is this thing getting ready to rock and roll over the next couple of days? Keep an eye on it from that dynamic. And then in terms of areas of support, overall, you got to like what's going on here. When you look at these lows keep getting higher and higher. The moving averages, both the 50 period and 200 period, have upward slopes to them. So not a whole lot to complain about there. Like I said, I think the biggest question mark and the most interesting dynamic headed into Wednesday is all about, is this breakout the start of something bigger? We'll see what happens. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. It'll be in a couple of days, Thursday, October 24th. At 8 p.m. Eastern time, and it is genuinely live, and I say that because there will be a Q&A session, so if you have questions, please bring them. I'd be happy to answer them live for you. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. I am now on the 4-hour time frame, so each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours and not 30 minutes, and that's because Bitcoin is open 24/7, and I want this analysis to remain relevant for as long as possible. So by using the 4-hour time frame and then walking you through some questions, that'll allow this analysis to remain relevant for hopefully a good extended amount of time. So I'm just going to operate on the assumption you're watching this video 20 hours after I upload it. So question number one, you need to ask yourself, same question as yesterday's, where is the price at relative to 66,600? As long as you're answering the question that the price is above there, everything is still perfectly fine. In fact, you can see since the last update, the price has come down there a couple of times, and each and every time the price has done a fantastic job of bouncing right off that level. So again, if you're still watching this 20 hours from now and the price is somewhere right around here, that's fine. That doesn't mean the chart's exciting or anything like that, but there's nothing wrong with it. That would just be consolidation. And the key with that is it's consolidation at a much higher level than where it was previously, as you can see right here. It's not down here or anything crazy like that. Now, if you are saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is down below that level, next immediate question is, okay, well, where's the price at relative to the 200 period moving average? If somehow you're answering the question that the price is down below there, that's a big red flag. Something has gone wrong. The bears have all of a sudden picked up a whole lot of strength. So that would be kind of the bearish indicator, in the sense of anything below there is suggesting that all of a sudden the bears have shown up very, very strong. And then on the flip side of things, common sense will take you far. If you're saying, well, Clay, the price is above that level right there. And in fact, Clay, the price right now is all the way up here at that level. Well, that would be telling you that things are going very, very well for Bitcoin. That would be telling you that there's been a nice breakout here of that pullback period. And like I said, things are quite bullish at that moment in time. So keep your eye on those levels, walk yourself through those questions, and that'll keep the analysis relevant until I'm back to update it again. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to get signed up for this free live class, because what you're learning about can and certainly should be used within the world of Bitcoin and crypto. So like I said, it'll be a couple days from now, Thursday, October 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I hope to see you there. As always, if you enjoy these videos, do a couple things for me. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Hitting that subscribe button is a totally free way to really help out the channel and ensure that more videos like this are put out in the future. So if you could do those couple things, I would really greatly appreciate it. And again, go get signed up for that free class. Thanks for watching.